Welcome to this edition of Mustang Spirit. I'm Mike Rouse, and as you can see behind me, we're up at the football field. It's known as The Rock, where Western New Mexico University Mustang football is just 2 short weeks away from their home opener and season opener against Sul State University. Today, the guys are excited because it's not practice, it's a live scrimmage. What you're going to see coming up today is basically a real football game. We have a refereeing crew out here ready to catch everybody that may not be doing things exactly right. The only thing you won't see is a direct hit on the quarterback. They're going to keep those guys protected so that they're ready to go come Sul State University game time. So they'll tag out on them, but everything else will be full speed and live. As you watch the Mustang scrimmage, remember there are a couple things they're trying to accomplish today. Number one is they want to see where they are as a unit, especially the offense. Early in the practice season, the defense is a lot more advanced than the offense because timing is so important, especially between quarterbacks, receivers, and the offensive line with their stunts and picking up the stunts of the defense. But this is the second scrimmage they've had, so things will be coming a little bit closer together for the defense and the offense. The second thing the coaches are looking at is who's stepping up individually. Some of the positions are pretty well set as to whom will be the starters, but there's still a lot of competition. In fact, you'll hear some of the players that we interview later in today's show talk about the quality of competition and the depth at every position. So the coaches want to see, number one, who's in game shape, number two, who's picking up the scheme, and number three, there's a heck of a lot of competition at that second position, who's going to see a lot of playing time but may not be a starter. So watch for your favorite player today, your son, your brother, your friend, and if you're an alumni, watch your Mustangs as they get ready for the season opener in 2 weeks. Particularly, pay attention to the quarterback position. We know it's a glamour position. You're going to see David Ingram, Stephen Bautista, and Anthony Young, who's a returner from last year. Those 3 guys are basically, as you'll hear Coach Nick Lucy say later in the show, the 3-headed competition for that position. David Ingram seems to have the inside track right now. He's a junior college transfer and a very good runner. Stephen Bautista, a little bit better at the pocket passing position that the quarterback takes. You'll also see some great competition at the running back position. And then the wide receiver position on offense may be the most deep position on the field with 8 guys, 4 returners, and 4 newcomers that will see significant playing time for the Mustangs. Defensively, again, watch for Jake Cross at that inside linebacker position. He's got another year under his belt. He's in his senior season and wants to prove something. Another young man that you'll see interviewed later in the show today is Anthony Peterson, AP. He is an emotional leader of this team, playing in the defensive backfield, and you'll hear him talk about how good they are there. So get set, enjoy the Mustang scrimmage today, and don't forget to check out more editions of Mustang Spirit on YouTube, Facebook, and SilverCitySports.com, as well as WNMUMustangs.com. See? No excuse not to see Mustang Spirit. Continuing this edition of Mustang Spirit, Mike Rouse in with you, talking to assistant head coach and offensive coordinator Nick Lucy. Coach, scrimmages, I know as a player, always fun because you get away from the boring practices.
Oh, yeah.
But what do you look for as a coach? What are the things you want to see today?
You know, really, today we're looking for the offense to start coming together, start gelling into a unit. We got a lot of new guys, kind of had competition at center, competition at quarterback, competition at running back, as well as getting some new guys that we expect to contribute. So looking for that to gel together, as well as looking at young guys, seeing who's growing, seeing who's taking the coaching, and seeing guys that might be able to play this year and help us out.
In analyzing not just where you are as a unit, but also where individuals are and how they're going to fit in, do you script some plays specifically so you can see certain people and how they react?
Yeah, we got some specific things we want to see with certain players. So we're a little banged up today, but still got nice thing this year. We just got so much more depth than we've had in the past. So definitely going to want to see some certain things from certain guys.
We were talking to some of the players, and they say, look, as a first stringer, if you've got competition pushing you, that makes you better. I'm sure you like that as a coach.
Oh, yeah. It's the effects of competition are amazing. And, you know, from last year when we didn't have much competition to this year is, you know, some guys have had their best practices since I've been here. You know, just sheer competition. It's something about it that brings it out.
So, Coach, let's talk real quick about the glamour position, so to speak. What are we going to see at quarterback? Who's stepping up, and where's the competition coming from?
Right now we got a 3-horse race between David Ingram, Stephen Bautista, who are both junior college transfers. David was at a NAIA school that was going to Division II, Lambuth University in Tennessee, that closed its doors. Both of those guys have done some really good things. They both bring slightly different skill sets. David's a little bit more of a runner. Steven's a little bit more of your pure pocket passer. But both have a knack for finding the open guy and making really good things happen. And then we got our returner Antoine Young, who's done a lot of good things and has made huge strides. And probably one of the best he's played since I've been here.
What about running back, one of the other high-profile positions? I know you've got some competition there as well.
Well, right now our starter is Davion Barner. He's a JUCO transfer from Cerritos College, which is plays in probably the best junior college league in California. He was actually the MVP of that league a year ago, and that's a good program, a good offensive line. But the young man just does some special things because he runs so low to the ground and has such good feet. But we also got freshman Tyler Jackson, does some really good things. He's out probably for the next week, but he'll be back. And Aiden Macias, who's here, has really stepped up. So we got a couple of kids on the depth chart that are doing well.
And then let's look at wide receiver, probably your deepest position on the offense.
Yeah, we got 4 returners that we know can play that have been very productive and on that game. Sal Garcia will be a senior. Marquise Sumter will be a junior. Brendan Tunstall will be just a sophomore. And then Renell Pompey will be a sophomore. So all those kids are going to play. All those kids bring so much energy and really look at the wide receiver play as a craft. So then we got 4 young kids that are going to play. They're freshmen that are going to play not because just simply we're young there, but because they're good players and they're good enough to play here. And that was our evaluation on them bringing them in, and they've done nothing to dispel that being here. They've actually impressed us a lot.
Well, Coach, we know you've got to get out there and get your charges ready, so we'll let you go, and thanks for joining us on Mustang Spirit.
All right. Thank you much.
Welcome to this edition of Mustang Spirit. Mike Rouse in with you. Joining me is Western New Mexico University defensive back, a guy you should know, Anthony Phillips. AP, how do you feel so far about this year?
We're doing pretty good. I mean, we're way better than last year. Coach Clark, he recruited a few freshmen, a few transfers, and put them in the mix, and I feel we're gonna do big things this year.
From your perspective, how important it is to have some depth that can push everybody on the team to get better?
I mean, it's all about competition, because if you're first string and you don't have competition, you're not going to work as hard to keep your spot. But if you have competition, you're going to work each and every day to get better, and that will make the team better.
Obviously, AP, you're looking at some of the other defensive backs pretty close, but do you watch the rest of the players on the team and see how good they're going to be?
I do. I watch everybody, honestly. I'm kind of like a coach out there with a helmet and a shoulder pads, but I watch everybody, see if they're pushing 100%, see if they're competing and everything, and that's kind of like my job since I'm the so-called leader of the team.
Not so-called. There's no doubt you are, an emotional leader at that. So tell us, I know we've got some competition with Anthony and a couple newcomers for the quarterbacks. What have you seen from them so far?
Oh, man, them guys are awesome. I mean, David Ingram, he's pretty good. He's number 8. He brings a little running to the table as a quarterback. Antoine, he can also run. And number 7, Stephen, he got a cannon. So I mean, it's gonna be a tight race.
It's got to improve the team. So we're getting ready for a scrimmage today. How much fun is it to get rid of practice and actually get out there and start hitting people?
Oh man, it's fun. Even though they're my teammates, I just like to hit people. I mean, scrimmage is kind of like a game situation. I mean, but we're playing against each other and we're competing, working hard.
Kind of gives a little bit of break to some of the monotony, huh?
Yeah.
Well, listen, we'll let you get ready for the scrimmage today.
Okay.
Hey, folks, check out Mustang Spirit on YouTube. Check every day for updates. Thanks to Anthony Phillips and the rest of the Mustangs for taking time out of their busy schedule to talk to us.
Okay, let's go.
All right, we're here with Coach Clark. Coach, well, you looked pretty good in the first scrimmage. Well, second, I think. What are your impressions of this scrimmage?
We did some good things. You know, we're I don't know if I'd say we're happy with where we're at right now. We got a lot of plays in, a lot of reps. Saw some really good things from both sides of the ball, but we still have a long way to go. A lot of work to do 2 weeks before our first game, and we really need to improve a lot of areas. But I thought it was good effort. I thought we played hard and got after it out here and competed. But still, from a technical standpoint and knowing our assignments all the time and being consistent, we really need to improve.
Okay. And well, also another question, like, what do you feel that are the points that you need to work on?
Everything. You know, I'm a believer you have to get better every day. You're either getting better or getting worse. You don't stay the same. So we need to work on everything. Every position, we had some guys that played really well for all the plays, but they had 2 or 3 plays where they made assignment errors. And I still go back to that as always being the most important is their mental processing before the play, telling themselves what their job is, getting their weight distribution right, make sure their eyes are in the right place. Things like that are the things you have to rep again and again and again. You can't do the physical things right if you don't do the mental things right. So we just got to continue to work on our mental capacity and our mental toughness and being able to be consistent there.
Well, I'm sure you guys gonna be ready for September 3rd. I believe is the first home game, and we invite you to go and support the football team on September 3rd in the Old James Stadium.
Right. Everything. No, he doesn't talk about it.